Hey, hi. Thanks for tuning in to this video. In this video, I'll explain how I create content for data science and machine learning. Without wasting any time, let's get started. Before I even disclose how I create content for data science and machine learning, it would be really helpful if you could subscribe to my channel. Please click on the subscribe button to be notified for future videos. Again, let's start with the actual content. The first thing that I'll tell you before I even again disclose what and how I create content for data science is the motive of this channel. I've always upheld the motive of how and what videos I create. My videos from the beginning of time have been simple explainer videos which explain a concept in close to 5 to 10 minutes. Some of the videos that I couldn't curtail in 5 or 10 minutes are the ones that are extended beyond 10 minutes. But as an individual, the reason why I started creating videos on YouTube is to fall back upon content that I can always refer whenever I want. So that was my motivation of starting this YouTube channel. So this was the simplest reason that I can give you in terms of why I started creating videos on YouTube, and I've always kept this idea in mind whenever I've created a video, that everyone's attention span is small. It's as small as 5 to 10 minutes. So if I can give a concept with a code walk along in those 5 to 10 minutes is what I target for most of my videos. Having said that, how do I come up with such topics? How do I deliver content is what I'll disclose now. Before I even go on forward and start creating content, I first narrow down on topics that I feel are confusing, and then I go through multiple resources to come up with the actual content. What I do after that is first I narrow down a topic. So say for example, out of bag score. What is out of bag score? If I have not understood, then I'll go through different resources available online. The primary resource that I use are standard textbooks like ISLR or the other standard recommended Bible based books on data science and machine learning. Once I've gone through the resources, I may have to fall back upon some research papers. I go through them in depth and then I come up with my own version of truth for explaining a concept. As someone's rightly said, if you cannot explain a concept in simpler terms, that simply means that you've not understood a concept, however complex that topic be. So essentially, that is what my motive has been so far. Any complex topic, I try to break it down into simpler chunks and then create content around it. Now, how do I create the actual content? First, I start off with a data set. Most of the times I use the open source data sets, but sometimes I kind of maneuver those data sets in order to come up with a simpler version of data set. I create random numbers that I think would kind of justify the topic that I'm trying to explain. So that is how I start with visualizing what content would fit in where. Once that exercise is done on narrowing down on the topic, studying about that topic, creating a data set around the topic, then I write code in Python and use Jupyter Notebook or the notebook hosted on Google Colab to execute the content. Now I go through multiple reruns to check if I am going wrong in any part of the code or not. Once I have done that check, after that I move on to the actual content creation. So the phase that I pointed out so far consumes good amount of time for me. It can range from anywhere between 5 to 8 hours to an actual couple of days as well. That is the amount of time that I invest in creating just the content for the video. Once I've done that, the next part is actually recording the content. I use a very simple minimalistic system that I have and I record the content. I have a ThinkPad Yoga that I bought around 4.5 years back, is something that I still use for recording videos. I don't have a microphone, so sometimes because of the internal microphone, sometimes the recording does not happen. So that is why one thing that I have done is I have sometimes re-recorded one video around say 7-8 times as well. So I invest close to 4 to 5 hours on an average for a say 10-minute video, if provided things go well. If at all, sometimes I've also chucked out videos which have not worked as per my expectations. Having gone through this exercise end to end, I spend a little time in editing the videos as well so that it looks very presentable. I add some animations, I add some cuts here and there, and that is how I've been able to evolve as a content creator as well. So I invest around 2.5 hours in editing. If I go all out in terms of editing content, then that would take a lot of time. So I lay a lot of emphasis on getting one take shots for all the recording that happen, and then I create the editing part as well. This is the creation activity. Post that, I upload it on YouTube. I add a right appealing thumbnail. I also go forward and I add the right keywords for search so that my videos are indexed on Google as well as on YouTube. The next thing that I also do is add the right description, a good title, and all of this consumes good amount of time for me as well. Adding the end screens, adding the subscribe button somewhere here and there is also something that consumes time. Having shown you the entire journey, this piece of the journey that I just mentioned also consumes a good amount of time for me. It consumes roughly around 2 to 3 hours again. Now, the next step comes in that I promote my content. I use different channels to promote my content as well. I post my content on some Telegram groups. I post my content on some Facebook groups, some LinkedIn posts as well. So that is the entire life cycle that I invest in creating one video. So think of one video as something that I pick up for almost a week, and I stack these little instances between the full-time job that I have. So this is how I at an individual level create video. There is no team that I have. There is no one that supports me in either say editing or creating the content as well. Even the video that I'm recording right now, I have a simple Sony camera that I bought around 5 years back that I have kind of mounted on a tripod. That is all that I have, and there is no supervision that's happening as well. So I'm kind of seeing a reflection of myself in a mirror and validating if the recording is happening correctly or not. So that is the amount of pain that I take in terms of creating video. But hold on, this video is just not about how I create content. It's about showing you what and how my channel is progressing as well. So stay tuned for that. Now that I've walked you through the entire life cycle that I spent for creating one video, the next thing that I'll also walk you through is explaining how happy I am in terms of my channel growth. Now, 2 years back, exactly 2 years back, I had around 800 subscribers. And today I am blessed with around 14,000 subscribers. This growth that I have seen is huge. And the only thing that I can tell you is I am really thankful to all of you who watch my videos and who subscribe to my channel as well. This really motivates me to make and create more content that I can give you all as much as I can. So a big thank you yet again. Now that I have also disclosed my channel's growth, I am also thinking of explaining some analytics to you. Say for example, I catch hold of a video, and the video that I choose for this exercise is implementing the autoregressive model for a time series based data using Python. This video has been really well received. If I look at the statistics, it has a 100% like ratio. That means it has 50 likes and there is no dislike with it. If I look at the channel average, I think the channel videos are performing really well. I have close to 94% like ratio, which really means a lot to me. That means out of 100 people who either like or dislike my video, 94 of them like, 6 of them for some reason dislike the video. Moving on to the next statistics. Here is the age distribution for all my viewers. I have a good chunk of people who are in their middle age between 25 to 34, and they constitute around 44% of my viewers. 35% of my viewers are between the age range of 18 to 24, and beyond 35 I have substantial amount of subscribers or viewers as well. So this gives me an indication that a lot of people who are beginners, who are already working and trying to make a transition, a lot of seniors as well who are well settled in their careers, look up to my videos in terms of learning and imbibing new technologies in data science and machine learning. So big thank you to all of you who kind of watch my videos. The next thing that I also want to share is a lot of you have pressed the bell icon. So by YouTube standard, around 10 to 30% is the average recommended number, and I fall into the 15.7% category, which is a very big number if you ask me. So almost all the videos that I push, 15.7% of the total subscribers get a notification. If you click on all notifications, that number comes out to be 11% for me, which again is a big number. considering YouTube standard is between 5 to 20%. So I'm doing really well in terms of subscribers being notified when I upload content next. But one thing that I'm not doing well is when I look at this statistic. If you look closely, 90% of the watch time comes from viewers who have not subscribed to my channel. This is something that I want to improve. So I would request all of you, for people who watch my videos and don't subscribe, if you could just put in a comment in this video explaining what you want me to do in a better way so that I can curate my content. Now I want to say reach out to as many people as possible. So I have a set of requests that I'll throw at different age groups that I just showed you. For people who are in the age group of 18 to 24, you're still in college or you're still in your first job, I would highly encourage you to share it across with all your friends in college, also all your friends in companies as well, so that anyone and everyone who's trying to make a transition, show them my videos. I've also laid out a path in terms of how you can learn data science and machine learning, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you might find it helpful. So please, a request from my end, please make it a point to share all my content or all my videos with everyone in your college and everyone with your colleagues as well. For people who are in the mid range, that is 25 to 34, you are working professionals, you are maybe software engineers who are looking to transition, or you are actual data scientists who still fall back upon my video for a revision session. I would highly encourage you to share it with colleagues who are trying to make a transition to data science and machine learning. It costs you nothing, but it will actually help a person to transition into a data science and a machine learning engineer role. So that is a small request that I have from my end, that if you can share it across with your colleagues who are actually thinking of learning data science or actually going into a data science or a machine learning based role. The last group is the senior group, that is people beyond the age of 35. You guys are very senior in your roles. You are senior developers, you are maybe principal architects, you are chief data scientists of organizations. It would be really helpful if you could share my videos with your juniors or your colleagues as well, so that I can reach out to as many people as I can. And remember one thing, there is no cost attached to whatever you're sharing right now. I don't charge a single amount of money for all the videos that I've created so far. And I also have to disclose this right now. I'm currently working on creating content for demystifying how a neural network works. So if you've already watched how my teaching style is and how I create content on various topics, I'm currently creating content on how to implement neural networks from scratch using NumPy. And I'll be sharing it across as soon as I create and publish the videos. So if you have to receive the videos in one go, if you want the notification to pop up in your say YouTube app, then I would highly encourage all of you to share across the video with all your colleagues, and also press the bell icon so that you can be notified for videos. Remember, it's just about clicking a subscribe button, but the amount of motivation that I get in terms of the people that I'm reaching using this platform of YouTube is something that I cannot describe in words. So thank you for being a part of my journey so far, and I hope to contribute to this community going forward. Thank you so much once again.